Hi everybody, Stace here again, and this is my latest video in which I will be comparing Android to Blackberry. So basically, as you know, Android and Blackberry are big rivals in the smartphone world, and both of them bring something different to the fight. However, Android is slowly starting to edge away in this fight, I believe. They've got lots of good features, and have got some of the same features that Blackberry have as well. But anyway, down to the facts. Firstly, I'll start with the facts about Android. Android has 200,000 apps available on its marketplace, or thereabouts. As we all know, lots of people like different apps on their smartphones, and on the Android store, a lot of these are actually free, compared to Blackberry, which roughly has around 37,000 apps available, and a lot of these you need to pay for, and if you do need to pay for them, they're often more costlier than their Android rivals. However, Blackberry has BBM, which is a major selling point, especially in younger demographics. I often see masses of school kids walking around with Blackberries in their hands. However, Android isn't taking this line down. There's an application called WhatsApp, which is also available on Blackberry, I believe, and it offers the same functionality as BBM. Google Huddle is also a good application for this. It's like sending text messages, but nicer. BBM is still at the moment the industry standard when for communication in the workplace. Often employees are given works phones, and these are often Blackberries. A lot of NHS trusts use them, and they're connected to the telephone system, and they're just used a lot in industry. However, Samsung have come out with a new phone called the Samsung Galaxy Pro, and this offers a lot of the great functionality that the Blackberry does for business, but I'll talk about that more in a little while. Anyway, I've never actually owned a Blackberry device, so to get people's opinion on it, I decided to ask the masses. I got out there on Twitter, and I spoke to Facebook, and I asked people to tell me what they liked and what they disliked about Blackberry. As you can see here, the list for likes is quite short, and the list for dislikes is a lot bigger. I shall read you a few. So for Blackberry, most people like the keyboard, and it makes for fast typing, and Blackberry Messenger is really good for having a good social life and keeping in touch with friends. Also, some people like the browser, and most of the time some of the handsets are cheaper than their Android counterparts. Now for the dislikes, apparently you can't turn the camera sound off, so that means no secret pictures. Don't know why you'd be wanting to take secret pictures anyway, but yeah, each to their own. Also, the battery runs out quick. I think that's the same for any kind of smartphone though. Also, I'm not sure how true this is and whether it's the same for every Blackberry device, but there's no radio. And some people don't like that there's no way of editing photos on the phone. Also, the cameras usually have low megapixels, so the resolution and quality is not that great. And some people don't like how little the buttons are, and the fact that Blackberry can be a little bit outdated compared to the competitors, and when some people get the phone, it's a steep learning curve for them. Also, often the software is quite laggy, and there are no great apps. And that's the list for Blackberry. As you can see here, the list for Android likes is a lot longer than the dislikes. Let's read that out. So for likes. People like that it's got inbuilt sat nav and the voice recognition software is often great. Swipe has a big following. If you haven't seen Swipe, it's where you can drag your fingers over the screen and it will type out your text without actually taking your finger off. Apparently people love the little green Android man. And the fact that it is made by Google and is fairly open. And one of my Twitter followers actually summed up Android really well for me, and they said, Android lets me make a phone that's unique to me and that nobody else on the planet has. I thought that was great. That means it's highly customisable. I like that fact too. And for the dislikes of Android, I only had one reply, and the lack of iPhone-esque applications is bad. So yeah, that's my take on Android versus Blackberry. I personally like Android better, although I've never had a Blackberry. However, I do have the Galaxy Pro, and I love the keyboard. I love the capacitive touchscreen, and I use this a lot for work, whereas I usually use my Galaxy S2 for other times, or if I want to watch a movie because it's got a bigger screen. But either way, whatever Android handset you're getting, you know that it's going to be well made, it's going to have the latest features, and you can guarantee that it's got the form factor. And that's it for me. Any questions, direct them to my YouTube inbox or contact me on Twitter @StaceyMobler, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.